Welcome back to the Book of Jake. My name is Jake Abdullah. It's very special to have Caprice. I'll explain to you why in just a bit. But before that, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, now, first thing is, Caprice, I know you for berapa tahun dah? 20 years? 15, 20 years? 20 years.
2 decades.
As actually a young and upcoming rapper who appeared on the Matt 10 show a long time
My
ago.
first ever interview
Was it me?
was with you. As an artist,
Please
was
call me
with
Jake.
you.
Yeah. Okay. So
All right.
really interesting that you have made a very large change or like a paradigm shift from your music to what you're doing now.
I've always gone with my heart, whatever I did. When I first met you on Met 10, I don't know if you knew this, but I actually ran away from home
You told me that.
to pursue my music career. So I've always been driven by my gut instinct or wherever my heart took me. So at one point in my life, I realized my music was not picking up anymore. We had a hit like What Peace, that the Hard Bro, but that 1 year, it's just that there was no motivation to go to the studio. There was no new ideas. There was nothing. And kebetulannya, at the same time, I had this huge fight with a very famous ustaz. The whole country was against me. No one wanted to hear this other side of the story. People were like, oh, he's the number one ustaz in Malaysia. Why would Caprice, suddenly go to war with him? At that point,
What year was this?
2021. After COVID. After COVID, my team didn't understand it. People left. People just started leaving me. Everyone just started leaving me because I fought with the number one ustaz. No one understood it. I didn't understand it. I'm like, guys, this is the truth. I have proof that this is something wrong with this guy. I came back to Malaysia.
Where were you?
I was in Jordan. I was meant to go to Gaza. This is a huge thing. I was meant to go to Gaza, and then it didn't happen. Then I sort of merajo. I'm like, you know what? I'm not coming back to Malaysia because everyone was just, the hate was too strong. Basically, 99% of the country was against me. So I didn't want to go back to Malaysia. I said, guys, selagi kerajaan tak tukar, I'm not coming back because I felt betrayed at that point. I came back to Malaysia with like a full police escort because we got like ugutan bunuh, real. Like at that time we had like 2 real accounts that wanted to really...
It's not for attention lah.
Yeah, no. It was
It's
real.
real,
It was
okay.
real. It was like more than 12 cops picked me up at the airport at the door of the...
Somebody was talking, who's this Korean band?
Yeah, no, but it was me. It was a full-on escort. I was like, wow, why is it so serious? They said, Caprice, we know you got ugutan bunuh. It's real. So at that point in my life where I lost friends, I lost one company. Not many people know this, but I don't mind sharing it here. We ended up selling my cars. I had nothing. Basically, I had zero. And then at that juncture, my mom said, kalau you ada any relationships, you better halal your relationship now because you are going through hell. You lost
Good
everything.
advice.
Yeah, you better halal your life now. So at that point, my wife now, I said, yo, I don't have anything. Like I had to sell my cars. I had to sell my watches. And she's like, no, just take my Honda HRV and go find business.
That's fantastic.
So I'm like, you know what? I want to marry you. so you really want to, you really want to stay to this? So, yeah. So we got married.
Maybe she saw something in you that most didn't.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So, the best part, it was a COVID marriage, so no budget. It had to be they had some rules, right?
Yeah.
I think 4 per family or something like that. So the transition. So that was the explosion. So the transition happened when, God knows why, more proof started coming out about that particular ustaz. These are more real mangsa. I'm brave to come out because we were the only one talking about him. So all these mangsa came out. We just covered the case, and then I'm a branding guy, so I'm like, okay, I can't be Caprice the rapper talking about all these cases. There must be a brand which I can grow for maybe other cases. So we built a brand called Munafik Hunter.
What does Munafik mean?
People that do not live by what they were meant to do. So if a cop does not uphold the law, he is Munafik.
Okay.
If
It's like a hypocrite lah.
Yeah, if a ustaz that teaches the Quran ends up liwat a small boy in school, he's meant to uphold the Quran and become a pillar of Islam, but he ends up liwat the boy, he is a Munafik. So we built that brand. Obviously, it's a powerful word. Munafik is a very hard word in Islam. We just went for the hardest word, make it a brand. And right after we uploaded the first clip with that branding, our inbox just got flooded with all kinds of cases. Like, Caprice, you're the only one brave enough to cover this liwat case, ustaz. Caprice, this PU is a pedo and he's LGBT. I was like, what? I said, no, you come to my house now. Let me see the proof. And
What's PU? Is the
Pencutas Ummah.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
There's some contest, right? Before
Yeah,
PU.
he won a contest. So he's meant to uphold Islam. So at that point, we exposed the truth. People hate us because they don't believe it. This is fitna. You just want to jatuhkan ustaz. And then for the example of the PU, it took us 4 years. He's been sentenced to jail.
Knew who he was. Yeah. So
4 years. You imagine 4 years of hate, people like threatening you. So this is like the modus operandi that we've been doing for more than 2-3 years. I'm getting hated for free, but there's no fees whenever we take a case. By the way, guys.
So I was just about to get into that. So you say it's for free, but how do you finance this whole operation?
So I have a core business where we are a social media agency.
Okay.
Managing many clients. So because of this Munafik Hunter brand, some brands that has crisis management, they end up hiring us to manage their crisis. But we've helped many brands in Malaysia swing through a crisis.
Can I ask, are these government agencies or corporate clients?
We have an NDA, but it's a mix of clientele. But we help them swing certain issues. So that helped finance our team. So half of my team, not all, half of my team are really passionate about Munafik Hunter. They want to help the voiceless have a platform. So after working hours, we handle cases. It's really weird.
So what is probably the worst case you would have in your mind, that went through your mind? It's like,
I mean, a lot of the Islamic cases is really tough, only because we know
sexual in nature.
The liwat little boys, sexual harassment little boys, coming from a teacher on ustaz. That for us is the hardest because we don't want to go to war and make it look like every ustaz is like this. We don't want to go to war with teachers and make it sound like every cikgu is like this. But we have no choice but to call them out so that they are exposed. Our laws pertaining to pedophiles is not that strong. Unfortunately, a lot of pedophiles still end up teaching in schools because let's say there's not enough proof. So they end up maybe kena buang to a different school.
There's no pedo registry.
Exactly, it's not like the US. The worst case, most cases, I would say 90% of cases, the monks have to pindah sekolah. So that particular pedo teacher is still teaching in that school because there's just not enough proof. And so that monsters that's traumatized have to change school. So these facts of life in Malaysia, we have no choice but to become that platform to get hated on, but still membela all these monsters.
Why have you chosen to walk this path?
But that's the thing, Jake. We didn't really choose it. It just sort of transitioned from that huge fight with the ustaz to building that brand. It just happened. Like back then when I was doing music, we went to the studio, made a hit, and then we're performing at every club and every school, right? It's just a transition of flow. If no one picked up on Munafik Hunter, if no one DM'd us these cases, it would probably just died off. The more we cover cases, the more monks come to us. And we're not talking about like third party, hey Cap, can you cover this case? Parents of the monks themselves or monks themselves come to us. There's a misconception on social media, the media, where they say like Caprice ni sibuk ambil case orang, Caprice ni sibuk enter frame. They're the one that look for us. We've never had to go out there. Let me find a monks to make content.
So they're reaching you via your social media.
Yeah, my social media. Even recently there's a pakcik of the deceased case bully in a school. I won't say which school, but the pakcik himself like help.
Is this a recent one?
Recent one.
Okay.
Yes. 2 of the recent ones.
Okay.
And I'm also flying to Sabah in a few days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So these things happen.
Okay.
So if this case was not being asked by us to cover, we won't be covering.
One, there's some kind of results that you deliver. Number 2, there is no outlet, or there is. I think that people find you as a faster way of actually getting the truth. I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, but there's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of talk on. Tak apalah kita pergi cari Caprice. I've heard it. I'm like, oh wow. So and it intrigued me also. So what is the most common case?
Unfortunately, liwat. Unfortunately, Malaysia has this really bad problem now. I mean, you can see it in the news. Even if we don't cover it, there's some other case that gets exposed or the PDRM covers it. But Alhamdulillah, ever since we covered school kids yang kena liwat, more and more monks are being brave enough to come out in the open and tell them like, you know what, mom, dad, today a teacher touched me. Maybe like 5 years ago you don't hear this much. But ever since we started exposing more and more, Alhamdulillah, there's sort of a blessing in disguise that even if we don't cover everyone, because they see our platform, they themselves are more brave to come out in the open.
There is a safety concern also.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing all this, you anger people. right? And while some people have, I've seen before, like, you can talk, when the Michael Jackson expose, I'm not saying it's true or not true, or OJ or whoever, there is a lot of people who are fans of them, who are really want to express themselves. And I'm sure your social media would have been filled with threats and stuff like that.
Yeah, until today, until as of early as last week, death threats. My whole family have to shift because the Gutamuno was too drastic because they mentioned bullets and guns. So we have to change our lifestyle. My wife doesn't like it. Whenever we go travel, she has to upload her photos like maybe 3 days after we leave. Wives.
Social norm la, Instagram,
wives, and we understand women and wives, they love to share what they're doing, where they're going out to. But with her, she can't anymore. So I'm like, look, once we leave this hotel, in 3 days' time, you can post. And so a lot of adjustment. Every morning, I have a huge torchlight. Every morning, I check my car for any wires.
Oh, serious, huh?
Yeah, it's that crazy because remember there's a lawyer, what's her name? Siti Kasim? Because she had a bomb. She had a bomb underneath a car. That's Siti Kasim, who's also outspoken. But we are every day viral. So I'm thinking, what if one day some guy was super desperate? He might just take the extra leap.
I hope not.
So, I hope not. But these are lifestyle changes that unfortunately, like, I put my wife and my family under. I feel very guilty and
so I was getting to that. So was there any point in this whole process where you went and said, maybe I shouldn't have walked down this road
today? But accidentally this morning, I only had 12 hours of sleep. We had this one last case. I won't say who, but I can't talk about it who. But long story short, we helped the Mangsa. It went viral. Someone very big showed up, put the hammer down. So everyone had to keep their mouth shut. Does that make sense?
Now, how do I say this? Okay, so very simply, I think that your heart's in the right place here. You want to, I truly believe that you want to do good. And the social thing that you're doing, adalah pahala, amal. I mean, this is another way of amal, So, but you're stepping on a lot of toes here.
Too many toes, Jake. No, I'm not. I won't say I'm regretting taking this last case, but it's definitely taken a toll on everyone. The worst toll is obviously on my parents. The moment I visit my parents and they look scared.
Must be worried, man.
Oh, super worried because I have a son now. They're worried about, hey, you're putting your family at risk. You have a 1 year old, 4 months kid. You put everyone at risk. Is it worth it? Are you making millions? We're not making a single cent from
that,
these cases because most of these monks can't afford to pay anyone. So I not say I regret it, but it's taken a toll. I'll be honest. Jay, this morning I woke up like, man, I look at my son, look at my wife. I'm like, until when do we want to wake up every morning with a torchlight checking the car before we go out?
Oh, that's that's scary, man. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I don't know.
So is it stressful? Yeah. Is it taken a toll on your mental and your health and all that?
I'll be honest, it has. But alhamdulillah, like I've always amalkan. I always zikir every time I have in my heart. I just zikir every day. Like hopefully Allah protects my whole family from all these burdens. Because we know our kiblat been firm. We just want to help mangsa yang dianiaya or dizalimi. There's been no kiblat. Let me make money. It's always been there. I make my money elsewhere. But until like the mangsa stop looking for me, we just have to keep helping them out.
My wife actually showed me. Have a look at this. You walked into this elderly couple's house. What was that about? Tell me.
So this family went viral on social media because his pakcik terpaksa had to bring his wife and berniaga air balang. But the wife had a stroke, so she had tubes in her mouth, on a wheelchair. The whole country felt saddened by the fact that this old man is
had to go in and earn a living at this state.
And so a lot of people DM me after it went viral. Cap, you gotta help these guys out. This pakcik lives on the 4th floor. You gotta help them out. At that time, I was still handling cases. We didn't have time, but finally we found the daughter DM'd us, gave us a location. So we went there. There was no planning, and literally we went up four floors, and I was like, wow. So like every day or every time this guy has to go out with the wife, he literally carries her up and down the stairs. And I was like, something has to be done. I mean, we can't just make content and just, we put his bank account number, which is great. Every time we upload people's bank account number, they make, and then, alhamdulillah, a lot of people donate, a lot of our followers donate a lot of money. We should do more. So, my PA right behind the camera, I'm like, yo, find me a house quickly, ground floor in Klang. near that place. So that whole morning, she was going through every like website looking for houses, and we found one. And alhamdulillah, I called a few of my corporate
they help?
networking. Yeah, they help. I can say it here, right? Bang Rakyat. Thank you, Bang Rakyat.
Yeah.
Bang Rakyat.
Bang Rakyat is the CMO is a good friend of mine, Nizam Sani. Yeah.
There you go. Bang Rakyat, Pilihan Rakyat. They just without even flinching, Caprice. Go to this Bang Rakyat branch in Klang.
It was
Class.
so good.
They're Bang Rakyat is, guys, support Bang Rakyat, Pilihan Rakyat. They without flinch.
So they've been thankful and all that. So after that, have more people come up? And
Yes. So
how many can you help?
Yeah. Yeah, so
How many houses can your PA find?
we do what we can, Jake. If I happen to open my DM and I happen to open another victim or another mangsa, then that will be the day that let's get to work. And most of these things happen spontaneous because we have kita ada kerja hakiki. We have 24 guys managing many accounts for social media. So whenever there's like a case, I just ask whoever is free, let's go. Let's go to the house now. Oh, let's go see this mangsa now. Let's go, and they all, without flinch, also follow us.
So this is your amal. So talk to me about your business.
So we have a social media agency. Most of our clients are sulit. Most of them have a PR crisis. So we've been managing that for the past 3 years. Yeah, it's a small agency. We don't
What
promote.
is very small?
We're very small, meaning a small team, small clients, and we don't do much promotion. It's mainly word of mouth. Yeah. So when people heard about, this company went through a PR crisis, there was this group that helped them swing and grow back. So just recommendations, and then that's how we grow as we speak. Hopefully, in this year, I hope to maybe start a product, just have a foundation. Because social media, it is what it is. Like,
What's a product? What do you mean?
Any product. It could be a perfume. It could be a merchandise. My wife saying maybe she can do a lipstick just to have a foundation. Because I'll be honest, Jake, this has taken a huge toll. I'm not like managing how to market a water bottle or a new chewing gum or a new cosmetic. If it's Munafik Hunter is helping people in trouble,
I don't know about this. I don't know about the product, but I actually think that you should scale up. You should scale up, not do quantity, but do quality.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not do 20, do maybe 3, but big time crisis. So I think that's because, and I lecture on crisis management also, and to banks and stuff like that. And I noticed that there is people generally don't know how to handle the crisis. They'll manglaba lah, and they will do all the wrong things, and they don't understand there's a process that that you have to undertake. With all these things that is happening right now, what's next for Caprice?
First, I need to find a way. I need a big break from this Munafik Hunter, or someone bigger to come in and support us. Grow the social media agency, and maybe start one more product as a foundation, as a backup plan in case things get too tiring for me. Because as of right now, I mean, most of the crisis management, the ideas is still coming from me, and maybe we have 2 more senior guys. Most of the swing ideas come from.
So there's only one of you, lah.
Yes, it's taken a toll. Maybe I took more battles than I should have. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have focused more towards the business, less towards Munafik Hunter.
I don't regret anything that I've done in the past. Is Allahu Akbar. It's all God's will. And stuff like that. So I think that sometimes outside forces is causing you to relook what you have already done.
You don't think I should look calibrate?
I actually think that you should grow your crisis management because people need it. It's so specialized that not many people can do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I can lecture on it, but to do what you do, no, I don't think. We all have our place. It's just that you have to fine tune. Maybe God is telling you, hey, you know what? Let's do this. The Munafik Hunter is a great thing. I believe that it needs to be sort of, you need to
commercialize by itself.
Yes.
I mean, people tell me do an NGO, right? Like PPIM, Semboyan. When you have an NGO, you can collect funds. But I have that heavy feeling when it's an NGO. How do you not spend when the money comes in? And the law says 30%, but it's such a gray area.
No, I'm not saying NGO. I'm saying that you need to get into sort of like PI and you know what I mean? PI and
good idea.
That kind of stuff because everybody wants to know. I should be saying this. Is your husband having an affair?
Oh, Jake, you want to know something? Okay, so last week, one of my business partner, very well-off guy, he said, Caprice, I have a licensed security company with a PI license. Why don't you take it?
You should.
Yeah, take it and go all the way. So I'm like, what kind of cases would pay?
You will be surprised.
Exactly.
Man.
So he told me this
who's
thing.
doing who?
He told me the same thing. So this is real. So he's like, Cap, you know how many countries and Dato would pay you?
I don't want to say that, no, but
You know how many countries and Dato would pay you to like check on their second wives and third wives where they have scandals? I'm like, really? You know how many Puan Sris and Datins would pay you to check on the husband?
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, the last person I want to go to war with is more Dato than countries. So, we'll see what happens.
You've done well for yourself, regardless of whatever you're going through. Sometimes you just got to sit back and say, you know what, I've come this far, and you just have to re-examine your life. But the most important is your safety, your kids, your family, your mom and dad, and you don't want to put so much pressure on them, and I can understand. And I like you spoke off camera just now that you're seeking a resolution and stuff, which I think is really great. You've spoken about what's next for you, but if you could leave Malaysia with something to ponder, in one para, what would be?
Someone sent me this quote. I forgot it verbatim, but the problem with justice, it's not so much about the people that voice out injustices.
No, I know what it is. It is like the people who are intelligent are keeping quiet, and the people who
yes, and like those who are silent are actually one of the biggest reasons that injustices happen.
I completely agree.
And if more Malaysians realize this, like, listen, you are almost a part of the problem because you chose to be silent.
I completely agree.
If you see injustices, by all means, bersuara.
You have to. And people say, you know what I dislike? I dislike is, alah, kau tahu lah, ini kan secara Malaysia, kita memang tak.
Until when?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and we have taken that as a norm, which is really, to me, very shocking. So that's fantastic. Thank you for being in the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Full circle. I appreciate.
I will buy your car sticker.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It's 50 ringgit. It's a car sticker. How much have you sold, actually?
We sold out all 1,000.
Right, that's
we just printed another 5,000, which is on the way in 3 days.
Yeah,
so we sold out all 1,000 on the first day. Alhamdulillah, thank you to those that bought the car sticker. But it's not much. I mean, we make it's a bit. But when you have three summons, nak buka case pun, the price for a lawyer. And when your name is Caprice, the lawyer would tekan more. So lawyers out there, please help me. Don't tekan so much. But we can summon almost every week now.
Oh man, I wouldn't be able to handle this,
Yeah,
but thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much,
guys. If you like this episode, please share this with your friends. Also, reach out to Caprice. I shouldn't say this, if you got an issue, check out his social sites. Okay, till then, see you guys next week.